Hey everyone, and welcome to Rock Solid Productions, where in this video we are going to check out the 2.4 GHz 8-button wireless arcade pad from Retro-Bit, officially licensed by Sega and designed to emulate the experience of using the Sega Saturn controller. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Gary here with Rock Solid Productions. If this is your first time to the channel, just want to take a second and say thanks for stopping by and checking out what we have going on here on the channel. If you like what you see here, check out some of our other videos that we have here on the channel, including a full Retro-Bit playlist. And if you really like what you see here, do me a huge favor, along with any independent creator. YouTube is being kind of shady towards smaller channels like myself right now. If you have an independent creator that you like, show them your support. Give them a thumbs up. Leave them a comment on a video, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification. That way each and every time they upload new content, you are kept the most up to date. Now, Sega and Retro-Bit have partnered to create a ton of awesome controllers recently, and one of the most sought after ones has been this guy here. This is the 2.4 GHz wireless arcade pad designed to work with the Sega Saturn, and it is also designed to work with USB devices. So like we have our Sega Genesis Mini playing behind us. We're going to test out with that. We're going to test out with a Switch. We're going to test it out with a bunch of different items. So what we're going to do, we're going to take it, we're going to throw it on the bench, we're going to charge up the battery, and we are going to get to that testing. Let's get started. So here we have the clear blue Sega Saturn controller. It includes the original port and USB receivers, a deluxe storage case, and again on the bottom here we can see compatible with the Saturn, the Genesis Mini, PC Mac, PS3, and Switch. I can't speak whether or not this would work with like a RetroPie, and I don't have one to test out. No longer be tethered to your console, the officially licensed Sega Saturn controller gets re-engineered as a 2.4 GHz controller and carries along its original layout and form. This 2.4 GHz controller includes both original and USB port wireless receivers for use across many consoles and platforms, and an exclusive Sega case for all the extras. With a rechargeable battery that lasts up to 30 hours, great battery life, game to the fullest degree for extended durations. This is officially licensed by Sega, compatible with Sega Saturn, Genesis Mini, PC Mac, PS3, and Switch. Includes both Sega Saturn port and USB port receivers. 500 milliamp lithium-ion battery, includes a 3.5 or 3.3 foot charging cable, up to a 30-foot range for gaming. Sleep mode after 5 minutes of inactivity. Includes instruction manual and exclusive Sega case for controller, receivers, and cable storage. Let's open this thing up. It's a pretty thick cardboard that Retro-Bit used on this. And here is everything. In a previous video where we looked at the Genesis version, I asked what does this mean, and doing some research, this actually, I guess, in Japanese says I love retro. So pretty cool to know. Open that up, and then there is the blue controller, Saturn dongle. This one was hard to get out on the Genesis Mini. Let's see, yep, there we go. There's the USB dongle. And underneath there's your instruction sheet, a charging cable, and a little card to talk about following Retro-Bit on social. Now I actually have a charge cord already out, so we are not going to utilize that one. We'll leave that there and then set the case aside. Looking at the controller itself, the first thing I notice is, unlike the Bluetooth counterpart to this, there's no motors or actuators in here, so no rumble. Something to be aware of. You know, good D-pad, very similar to, again, what the Bluetooth controller has. ABC, XYZ, start, home, and select on the top. Very traditional kind of micro switch style L&R triggers up top. You have your micro USB charge port there and your LED indicator for power. I do love the transparent cases because you see the inner workings. Like there's your lithium-ion battery, very similar to what we use with some ultra micro airplanes and helicopters in the RC world. Overall balance just feels good. It feels like a Saturn controller, which it should. Now looking at the dongles themselves, one thing, I'm seeing a micro USB port here. I'm wondering if that means you can hook this via USB cable to a PC to use or another device. That might be what it works as. And then looking at the top, you have the pairing button here on each dongle, which you'll need to do to go from Saturn to USB mode. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Now one thing too, let's take a look at the manual real quick. So looking at pairing, connect the appropriate receiver to the consoles, to the controller port. Once connected, the LED on the receiver will blink to indicate that it is in search mode. Press start on the controller, the LED will blink as well. Press and hold the sync button on the receiver. Release the sync button once both the receiver and the controller's LED remain solid. So you turn on the controller first, then the receiver. If you encounter an issue while pairing, hold down start and R for 4 seconds to clear that out. There's also a reset button on the controller. On the Genesis, it is important to note here too that the LED will be red to indicate it is 6-button mode and blue in 3-button mode. To switch between the two modes, press start and B until it changes color. On the Sega Genesis Mini, if the controller is blue, press and hold start and B until it changes to red. The controller will not function on the console if it is blue, so if you're having issues, check to see your LED color. On the Sega Saturn, if the LED is blue, press and hold start and B until it changes to red. So different color LEDs for different systems. Same thing with the Switch, PC, Android, Mac, and PS3. Let's charge this up, let's get playing. So we charged the controller for about an hour. We have everything paired. You can see the LED is red, which is what we need for the Saturn. We are playing Sega Rally Championship. Rally we are. See what sorry. Do an arcade mode here. Let's see how the buttons work. I don't know the controls. I've never played this game before. I really need to spend more time with my Saturn. All right, B is gas.
2, 1, go. Easy right.
Whoa, slipping and sliding.
Easy left.
Throttle response and everything seems good. This is actually one of my favorite touring car bodies of all time, the Toyota Celica. We used to race these on Tamiya TAO1 and TAO2s. Just such a fun RC series to race in. Cow, we're gonna hit the cow. Oh no, it's a zebra or a zebra. All right, I'm bouncing off the walls here. Let's go to a different game. Now, there are many things the Sega Saturn did not do well. It did not do 3D gaming well at all. It did 2D platformers exceptionally well, though, and that's where Rayman comes into play. It is a great 2D side-scrolling action platformer. I actually first found this game on the PlayStation Classic. I didn't play it back in the day. Again, we've got our red LED on before there are any stinking rabbits. So that's A. That's B, or that's C. You guys notice the background is kind of screwed up a little bit. That is, I think my game needs to be cleaned. D-pad and everything feel good. The buttons feel good. Yeah, it's weird because now if you look at the background, just fine. Oh, gotta watch out for the little bomb looking things. I like how the jewels and whatnot in this game kind of lead you to where you can safely go. Such just a great and colorful platformer. I think it's a little bit, I don't know that I would call it underrated. If anything, maybe a little underwhelming. Yeah! Now let's move on to something though that's not underwhelming, and we're going to get into some combat. Against Chun-Li, an old foe. So I can do the Hadokens, the spinning sidekicks. Okay so far. Ooh, she threw me down. Have not been able to pull off the Dragon Uppercut yet. I've tried a couple times. Did not pull off the Dragon Uppercut with that one. Again, tried to do a Dragon Uppercut and nothing. There we go. It seems like I'm having problems pulling off some of the moves. At least specifically the Dragon Uppercut does not seem to be as simple to pull off as even with their wired controller. The other moves, I mean the Hadoken, the Shuriken, the Hadoken and the spinning kick and everything, everything's working as it should. There I was able to pull it off, but I was quite a way away from her, so it's not like it effectively attacked her. So my final thoughts on the 2.4 gigahertz wireless controller from Retro-Bit, designed to be able to use with the Saturn and with USB devices. It's comfortable. It feels exactly like a Saturn controller. Very similar to their Bluetooth controller. It does work with my NVIDIA Shield TV. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to capture that just because of the protection, the copyright protection that NVIDIA has put on that system. Good battery life, very easy to go ahead and pair from system to system to system. I love the fact actually that I can pair it with the 2.4 gigahertz wireless receiver for their Genesis controller. So that way I can just pair one versus the other if I am using it with my Sega Genesis Mini versus having to plug and unplug. That's super convenient. That also tells me if I wanted to use the Genesis controller on the Saturn, I could probably pair it and vice versa. So some interesting stuff there too. If you are looking for a wireless pad specifically for the Saturn, this is probably going to be the way that you're going to want to go. Love the case, love the fact that everything that you need comes right with it, and you can store it in that case. It's very easy to take and transport. It works with the Switch, which is awesome. The home button gets you back to the home screen. It works with the Genesis Mini. You can get back to the home system. It pretty much does everything that you would want a controller like this to do. These are just my opinions on this controller. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Also in the comments, what I want to know from you, what is your favorite fighting game and what platform? Kind of want to hear what that is. I love the Street Fighter series. I have Mortal Kombat. I don't play it that often. But let me know what is, and if it is like Street Fighter, let me know. Street Fighter 2, Champions Edition, so on and so forth. I want to know what you think. If you do have any other comments or questions, as always, you can also go ahead and email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. Hit me up on Twitter at rocksolidstudios, Facebook at facebook.com/rocksolidproductions, and Instagram at instagram.com/rocksolidproductionsgk. Now, if you are looking to pick up one of these, or 2 of these, or 4 of these, or 10 of these, if you need to get one, head on over to castlemaniagames.com. The cool thing over there is a feature called Castle Cash, where the more you spend, the more you can earn towards future purchases. It's Ryan's reward program that he has over there. He's one of the best dudes in the business, not just from a retailer, but as just an awesome dude. Thank you, Ryan, for everything that you do, not only for Rock Solid Productions, but for the retro community. You are the man. We all appreciate everything that you do. Now, in addition to Castle Cash, what you can also do is if you use promo code ROCKSOLID10, you can save 10% off of most items on the website. Pretty cool deal that he has going on there too. Now, if you want to go ahead and help support Rock Solid Productions, what we're trying to do here on the channel, and get early access to our video content, what you can do me a favor, head on over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, 12 bucks a year, you get early access to our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. You get a shout out at the end of our videos too. Plus, you can also head on over to our Teespring store on screen right now. We've got t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, hoodies, and more, all emblazoned with the Rock Solid Productions logo. And then finally, like I mentioned at the top of this video, if you like what you see here, if you want to see more, check out some of the other Retro-Bit videos that we have here on the channel. We have a whole Retro-Bit playlist. But also do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification. That way each and every time we do upload new content, you're kept the most informed and up to date. Thanks to Retro-Bit for sending us one of these to test out. I really appreciate it. This is probably the way that I will be playing my Saturn moving forward. It's just one of those where the wireless side of it makes it so convenient. It's really, really comfortable. Kind of wish it had the rumble like the Bluetooth version, but I can live without it. I am Gary. This has been Rock Solid Productions, and our look at the 2.4 gigahertz wireless controller for the Saturn, officially licensed to Retro-Bit. I am Gary. I thank you for watching. I hope to see you soon. Hey everyone, welcome to Rock Solid Productions, where in this video we are going to check out the Sega Saturn Clear Blue Easy for those high flow days. Haha!